Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Dave, and today we're taking a look at a watch that I honestly couldn't wait to get my hands on. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you probably remember my review of the Phorcydes PH-2, a phenomenal diver that paid homage to the Blancpain lip diver from the 1950s. After 9 months of ownership with that watch, I can tell you that it is a diver that will never leave my collection. And I've been keeping my eye on the brand's website, and when I saw they were releasing the PH-6, an homage to arguably one of Omega's most underrated Seamaster references, I knew I had to pick one up. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not trying to influence you to buy or pass on this watch. I just want to walk you through the specs, go over the details, and show you this watch up close so you can decide if you want to add one of these to your collection. That said, let's get into it. Now when it comes to the specs, the PH-6 comes in at 42 millimeters across with a 49.5 millimeter lug-to-lug height. It's 13.5 millimeters thick with the curved sapphire crystal, and it has a 20 millimeter lug width, so you can swap to plenty of other strap options. Inside is the PT5000 automatic movement, beating away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. You've got a double dome sapphire glass crystal with clear AR coating applied, a ceramic bezel insert, screw down crown and screw down case back, a functional helium escape valve, and this watch is giving you 300 meters of water resistance. This particular version is coming in on the FKM rubber strap, and again, comes in under the $200 price point, which is just insane, as you'll see by the end of this review. Now, after getting this on the wrist, the first thing that struck me wasn't actually the dial, but just how well balanced this watch feels when it's on the wrist. I chose the FKM rubber version because it matches the personality of this watch perfectly. The strap is soft, it's flexible, and it hugs the wrist really well, and it lets the dial be the star of the show. And for reference, I have a 7¼ inch wrist, and I think it wears great, but substantially enough to have wrist presence, but it doesn't feel oversized. Moving to the dial, anyone familiar with dive watches should immediately recognize where the inspiration comes from. The neo-vintage Omega Seamaster Professional reference 2254.50. Personally, I've always preferred this reference over a lot of the newer Seamasters. There's just something about those sword-shaped hands and the oversized hour markers that gives the watch a clean tool watch aesthetic that looks timeless. The textured wave pattern on the dial adds some depth without becoming distracting, and the applied markers are crisp. The sword hands remain incredibly legible, and one detail that I really appreciate is the color match date wheel. Little things like that remind me of why I keep coming back to this brand. Speaking of, the Phorcydes branding at 12 o'clock is simple and clean, and it's balanced out with the automatic wording and water resistance rating that's printed at 6 o'clock. The entire case is made from 316L stainless steel, and one thing I noticed immediately is just how well finished the case is. The brushing is clean, the polished bevels along the twisted lugs catch the light beautifully. Transitions between the finishes are sharp, and this is one area where Phorcydes consistently punches above its price point. There's branding on the crown, and we also have the helium abbreviation that's engraved on the helium escape valve. The 120 click unidirectional bezel has that ceramic insert and it looks fantastic. You've got the scalloped edge, which can be a bit hard to grip at certain angles, but the action feels crisp with positive clicks and zero backplay. But I do have one criticism. On my particular example, the bezel alignment is just ever so slightly off center. For me, it's not a deal breaker, but it is worth mentioning. Now, the double dome sapphire crystal looks great and gives the watch a nice vintage inspired profile. The anti-reflective performance has been solid in my experience, and readability has been excellent throughout my time wearing it. The dial remains easy to appreciate indoors, and it stays legible even outside in direct sunlight. Powering the watch again is that PT5000 automatic movement. I've become a pretty big fan of this movement over the last few years, and when comparing it to something like an NH35, you get that smoother sweep of the high beat movement that's running at 4 Hz, or again 28,800 vibrations per hour, and this particular watch is running with an accuracy of 0 to -1 seconds per day. It has an amplitude of around 260 and a 0.1 beat error. And honestly, those are excellent numbers, and I'm really impressed to see all of this coming in at under $200. Now, when it comes to the lume, if you've watched my PH2 review, you already know where this section is headed. Phorcydes has become known for one thing above almost everything else, and that's their lume. And somehow the PH-6 manages to continue that tradition. This thing absolutely glows. From the loomed hands and hour markers to the bezel insert, even the date wheel text and date window all light up. And this is using grade S of their hyperglow system, meaning you will get about 8 hours of glow in the dark. And it's one of those watches that makes you smile every time you walk into a dark room. Now, in terms of lume color, I have the retro yellow option. To me, I think it looks great with the black of the dial, but you can also get lume that is green, neon green, blue, or a mix of blue and green. Now, when it comes to the pros and cons, here's what I like. Obviously, fantastic finishing, that PT5000 high beat movement, incredible lume as we just discussed, the color match date wheel, ceramic bezel insert, the sapphire crystal with 300 meters of water resistance, an actual functional helium escape valve, and that comfortable molded FKM rubber strap. All of these features are incredible when you consider that you can pick up this watch at the time of this video for about 179 bucks. In terms of cons, there really isn't much for me to complain about. The only thing I'd point out on my example, again, is that slight bezel alignment issue. And could it be improved? Sure, but it's definitely not something I'd consider as a deal breaker. So if you'd like to check one of these out for yourself, I'll leave a link down in the description and the pinned comment. And just so you know, this isn't an affiliate link. I don't earn anything if you decide to buy one. But if you enjoyed the video, the best way you can support my channel is hitting that like button, dropping your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. It really does help the channel more than you know, and as always, thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me today. I hope to see you all at the next one. Take care.